Hare Krishna. We continue reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is. We are on chapter 8, Attaining the Supreme, text 28. We have been reading the purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. We heard yesterday that how in the Vedic society there's brahmachari, there's grihas, manapras, and then sannyas. That is the organic life. The Vedic life used to be like this. So we continue reading. The beauty of Krishna consciousness, however, is that by one stroke, by engaging in devotional service, one can surpass all the rituals of the different orders of life. So devotional service. Devotional service, if we engage in devotional service, means we are doing all the other rituals, reading all the scriptures, doing all the charities, all the austerities, everything. The words idam viditva indicate that one should understand the instructions given by Sri Krishna in this chapter and the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. One should try to understand these chapters not by scholarship or mental speculation, but by hearing them in association with devotees. So why should we hear from the devotees? Because the devotees are coming in the parampara, the disciplic succession, which begins by Krishna himself. So a devotee is devoted to Krishna. He knows Krishna. So he can explain to us, he can give us Krishna. And so we need to hear from the devotees. We should not try to understand these chapters by scholarship or mental speculation. You know, we may think, oh, I'm a great scholar. I have such a command of grammar. And so I will try to make up some meaning of it. Yeah, sure, we may make up some meaning of it. But are we getting the meaning of what Krishna is saying? Because Bhagavad Gita is not, Bhagavad Gita translation is what? Song of God, what Krishna spoke. Bhagavad Gita is not what my mind says Bhagavad Gita should be. According to me, it is like this. No, it is what Krishna is saying. So the devotees are simply repeating what Krishna is saying. And so we need to hear from the devotees. And that's the reason Bhagavad Gita as it is, which is translated by Srila Prabhupada, is able to make devotees till today. Till today, no other Bhagavad Gita has been able to do that. But Bhagavad Gita as it is, because Srila Prabhupada did not put anything according to me. It should be like this, it should be like that. No, he simply says what Lord Krishna says. That's it. As Bhagavad Gita is, as Krishna spoke and as Arjuna understood. Chapters 7 through 12 are the essence of Bhagavad Gita. The first 6 and the last 6 chapters are like coverings for the middle 6 chapters, which are especially protected by the Lord. So, you know, when we have something valuable, then we like to cover it nicely. We protect it nicely. Maybe we have a box. So the box has a hard case up and down, and the middle place, you know, you can keep your valuable in it. So Bhagavad Gita is like that. Krishna, the essence of the Bhagavad Gita is the middle 6 chapters, which deal especially, these middle 6 chapters speak about Bhakti Yoga, 7th to the 12th. They speak about devotional service, out of which 9th chapter is the most confidential knowledge. Out of which the most confidential is Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto. Become my devotee, offer my obeisances to me. This is what Krishna is saying. This is the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. So if one is fortunate enough to understand Bhagavad Gita, especially these middle 6 chapters, in the association of devotees, then his life at once becomes glorified beyond all penances, sacrifices, charities, speculations, etc. For one can achieve all the results of these activities simply by Krishna consciousness. So we want to get some pious activity, or we want to get liberation, or we want to have material enjoyment. There's so many things we want. But simply by engaging in devotional service, we can get all these things. We don't have to separately endeavor. Don't have to separately endeavor. And not only these things, we can go back home, back to Godhead. We can revive our love of Krishna, our love of God. So we should try to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is in the association of devotees. There are so many people speaking on Bhagavad Gita on YouTube, on internet, so many. But hear from the devotees so that we can actually understand what Bhagavad Gita is. And so that we are not listening to someone else's mind or someone else's imagination of what Bhagavad Gita should be. One who has a little faith in Bhagavad Gita should learn Bhagavad Gita from a devotee. Because in the beginning of the 4th chapter, it is stated clearly that Bhagavad Gita can be understood only by devotees. No one else can perfectly understand the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Krishna says that I can be understood only by devotional service. So we can also understand that if someone does not like us, if someone does not like us, we are not going to reveal our true heart to them. We will be cordial, yes. We will be respectful, yes. But we are not going to reveal our heart to them, isn't it? Krishna is the same. If we are envious of Krishna, he is not going to reveal himself. But when we engage in devotional service, we are showing Krishna, my dear Krishna, I want to give up my envy of you. And the pure devotee, he has no envy of Krishna, only love. So Krishna reveals himself completely. When we have loving relationship with someone, we see someone cares about us, then we open our heart to them. We tell them our feelings, we tell them, what we are all about. But if someone is not good to us, then we're like, okay, I respect you. I'll be nice to you, but I won't reveal my heart to you. Krishna does the same. If we say Krishna does not exist, then he's like, okay, fine. You don't even want to believe that I exist, then you can continue thinking that way and you can deal with the material energy. But if someone with a little faith tries to understand Krishna, then Krishna helps. Krishna helps from within, and Krishna helps from without. He makes arrangements so that we can understand him more and more. One should therefore learn Bhagavad Gita from a devotee of Krishna, not from mental speculators. This is a sign of faith. When one searches for a devotee and fortunately gets a devotee's association, one actually begins to study and understand Bhagavad Gita. Lord Chaitanya says in Caitaniya Caritamta that we living entities are wandering. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jiva. Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. We living entities are wandering around in these material universes. But if by some good fortune, so one who is fortunate receives the mercy of Guru and Krishna. So we should associate with the devotees. With the devotees, begin the study of Bhagavad Gita. By advancement in the association of the devotee, one is placed in devotional service, and this service dispels all one's misgivings about Krishna or God and Krishna's activities, form, pastimes, name, and other features. So the more we associate with devotees, what will they do? They engage us in devotional service. What does a devotee do? Devotee wants everyone to go back home, back to Godhead. Devotee wants everyone to develop the love of Krishna. So when we associate with devotees, they engage us in devotional service. I'm sorry. When we engage in devotional service, then we can understand Krishna from within our heart, He purifies our heart. He takes away our material desires. He helps us to understand the truth. He helps us to understand his form, activities, pastimes, other features. All this is said in Bhagavatam, Shanvata Swagata Krishna, that simply when we engage in service for a devotee, we get the desire to hear about the Lord. And when we hear properly, then Krishna from within the heart removes all these misgivings. Then devotional service is established in the heart as an irrevocable fact. Then, as one continues going on hearing and chanting, engaging in devotional service, all the passion and lust, ignorance from the heart is destroyed. The devotee is satisfied in the mode of goodness. Then he comes to pure goodness. Then he can completely understand the science of God. After these misgivings have been perfectly cleared away, one becomes fixed in one's study. Then one relishes the study of Bhagavad Gita and attains the state of feeling always Krishna conscious. In the advanced stage, one falls completely in love with Krishna. This is the goal. Prema Pumartho Mahan. Prema Pumartho Mahan. To love Krishna. Love of Krishna is there in all of us. It's not artificial. It is our that's who we are. We have that. This highest perfectional stage of life enables the devotee to be transferred to Krishna's abode in the spiritual sky, Golok Vrindavan, where the devotee becomes eternally happy. So, by engaging in devotional service, we can go back home, back to Godhead, to Golok Vrindavan. Golok Vrindavan is the highest planet in the Vaikuntha, highest planet on the spiritual world. And over there, we can engage in loving, eternal, loving pastimes with Lord Krishna. That is the natural position. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purpose to the 8th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of attaining the Supreme. Did anyone have any questions or comments? No, then we'll stop here for today. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.